snow on the ground now, and as if we don't have enough projects to be taken care of, look what else just came into our lives. Couldn't pass it up. 1964 Pontiac Parisienne Safari station wagon. Top of the line car. A little bit rough, but very solid. Already found a new factory tailgate for it. This car's got perfect tinted windows all around, which was very rare for a Canadian car back in the day. Gotta love the skinny cross-ply tires on it as well too. That really does it. All sorts of pieces and parts are available for it to do the repairs that it needs, but the frame is very, very solid. And the interior, we'll go through the other door. That one's locked. The interior is actually in pretty fair condition, all things considered for the age of the vehicle. The car came out of Saskatchewan, if I remember correctly, which is probably why it lived so long, because here in Ontario, been driven every winter, or at least in some of the winters, I would have certainly seen that it would have had a demise probably by the early 70s, because you still saw these cars running around in the early 70s, no problem. An original steering wheel has been sourced for the car already. There's an original factory AM radio that Mike already has for the car. This is actually going to belong to his fiancée, Allison. It's going to be her station wagon to drive. Take a look at a pretty unique part on the other side of the car. While not factory installed, because we got the build sheet for it, as you've seen in the clip already, that's a factory Pontiac tachometer correct for this car, even down to the bracket. Piece is worth quite a few dollars apparently. Yes, has had some work done to it, but there's all sorts of pieces available, because remember, Canadian Pontiacs were built on the Chevrolet chassis, and there's so many reproduction floor pan pieces available for Impalas and other full-size Chevys that procuring the parts to fix the floor properly will be absolutely no trouble at all, as well as the rocker panels. Now underneath the hood, the build sheet says it came with a 250 horse 327. A lot of things do correspond, like the cylinder head on the right. One on the left might be a later one. This engine's definitely been played around with. Quadrajet certainly wasn't stock back then. It also has a turbo 350, so once we start digging into it, we'll see what it has exactly for an engine and things. But factory power brakes, power steering, and it's a nice few other options in it as well too. It has, we'll go back inside, some nice other things that are shown. Has a power antenna switch, the under dash map light, front and rear speaker control, and a rear defogger, which is a very rare option as well too, and the rear window, power rear window. Now some of these things we feel were dealer installed, like the rear defroster, which is pretty much the same on my Vista Cruiser, was added on, and the rear speaker, because it doesn't show on the option sheet, but those are definitely GM issue pieces and things. But anyway, we'll see what's going to happen with this one. As you can see, it's winter again, but we have a closed garage to work on it. Underneath, all things considered, the car is pretty fair. We're going to be looking at a whole bunch of parts for this car. We've been looking at getting a factory posit traction for it as well too, to really make it complete. But there you have it. The next one on the line of cars to be done, as if there wasn't enough projects to be done. But here you have it. 1964 Pontiac Parisienne Safari station wagon. Top of the line for back in the day. And we'll see where this little big car takes us. May all the car dreams come true you have, and remember, you know where they all start from, and then how beautiful they look when they show up at the show. So never be discouraged with your projects, people. It all works out.